Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Vickie's Country Home. Tonight, I'm making some sourdough loaves of bread, and they're in the oven and they're smelling amazing. But I decided it's kind of cool tonight and it's supposed to get pretty cold tomorrow. So I'm gonna make clam chowder to go with that sourdough bread. So let's get started. I can't believe how many years I was afraid of making clam chowder. It really is pretty easy. So what I'm going to do is start out, I've got about 5 slices of bacon here, and I cut each slice in half lengthwise and then about 1/2 inch thick. I'm going to go brown this up. Alright, I've got my bacon almost done. I want it crisp, and I cooked this in a Dutch oven. Actually, it was still hot from the oven because I baked sourdough bread in the lid. So it went straight from the sourdough into making my clam chowder. So now we're going to remove all this bacon, and we want it a little crisp. And we're just going to drain it on paper towels. And I'm going to add just a little bit of butter. Oh, maybe a tablespoon, maybe slightly more. And I'm going to add 1 large onion that I chopped. Now we're going to add celery, but if you're adding fresh celery, just chop it up, a few stalks. I'm using freeze-dried, and I've slightly rehydrated it. But I'm just going to go ahead and add that in now. And we just want to get this tender. In my kitchen, I can't tell you how amazing it smells. Fresh sourdough bread, bacon, and now sautéing these vegetables is just wonderful. Okay, to this, and if anybody's asking if I have ducks, no, that's my phone quacking at me. That's the one notification that can get my attention. So to this, I'm going to add a couple of small bay leaves, 1 clove of garlic, but what I did is I'm using freeze-dried garlic, about a teaspoon, about a quarter teaspoon of white pepper, and a 1/4 teaspoon of ground thyme. And I'm just going to go ahead and add those so they get well blended. Then I'm going to add in some diced potatoes, and these were 2 good size. You do it to taste. Again, everything I do is to taste. So if you like less potatoes, add less potatoes. I like them. Okay, now we're going to add in about a cup of chicken stock, more or less. And I've got 1 8-ounce bottle of clam juice. I'm going to throw that in there. Okay, now I'm just going to let this come to a boil. And then I'm going to lower the heat and let it simmer. Probably 15-20 minutes. We want to get these potatoes kind of tender. So I'll bring you back when that is done. All right, it's been about 15 minutes. I didn't time it. So I'm going to take out the bay leaves because they're just in the way at this point. Now what I'm going to do is, the recipe calls for half and half, 2 cups. I don't have, well, I have some half and half, but if I used it all, Shayna would be upset with me in the morning. But I do have 2% milk and heavy cream. So I added about a cup of the 2% milk and a little more of the heavy cream. I figure it makes up for it. And we're going to put about 1 cup in a bowl. I'm not going to really be precise. It doesn't need it. And then we are going to add 1/3 cup of flour. And I'm going to mix that up well. And you know where I'm going with this. It's going to make a lovely thickener. And we're just going to add that in. And we only need to cook this maybe a minute or 2 just to get this thickened up. All right, this has thickened up nicely. Now I'm going to add 2 cans of chopped clams, and don't drain them. We want that liquid. And these are 6.5 ounce. Honestly, I don't know if they come in any other size. But again, don't drain them. Save those wonderful liquids to add to your chowder. And now, at this point, we're going to add the rest of that half and half, or in my case, milk and cream. Made my own half and half. Now we're going to let this heat all the way through, and we do not want this to boil. We just want it to heat up. And look at this. Yummy clam chowder. All right, here we go. Clam chowder. And I've got these beautiful crumbled bacon bits. Well, they're not crumbled. I cooked them that way. Put those all over the top. And then I have my lovely sourdough bread that the crumb is amazing. The crust is amazing. I love this stuff. With some real butter. Okay, let's have a taste. And I want to get some bacon in there too. This is so good, and Again, it's not hard to make. And the sourdough bread is perfect with it. The crumb is really moist, the outside is really crunchy. So we're having a really good dinner or supper. That's for you, Mrs. Lori. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and share. Be sure and check your little notification bell. Make sure it says all videos. Again, thank you for watching. God bless, and we will talk again soon.